What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome to Hunt the Week.
Hello everyone and welcome into the show. Welcome on in, each and every one of you magic heads out there. My Selesnya players, rise up. Where are my domain heads at? Who's got domain? I know I do. I am the master of my own domain, as they say. And we are here to wrap up Dominaria United League. That's right. We had the mega draft over the weekend. It was a pretty exciting time. 8 great players fought it out for virtue and glory, and only one could walk away the champion. That's right. This is your mega draft special, not your Set Wars introduction. That comes out later in the week. I do it separately because I don't want to have 2 interviews in one show. So boom, mega draft special. Here we are later on in the week. Set draft introductions. But this week we're talking mega draft. We're talking Dominaria United. We are closing that book, and I did it with our winner. That's right. I sat down. I talked to Dan A, the beatdown bringer himself. So join me for that conversation now. All right, everyone, welcome and join me as I enlist Dan A, beatdown bringer, to the show. Welcome to the show, Dan.
Hi, it's good to be here. Hi,
Welcome.
hello.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for beating everybody. You're the champion. We bow. We all bow.
You don't need to do that.
I don't have to, but I will. I know where I stand. Dan, I got to ask you, when did you start playing Magic?
I started playing when I was a little kid. I was like, so I'm 92. So there was a set. I know it's like described as a set that's like good flavor, but like maybe the worst mechanically.
Oh, I don't know. This is Fallen Empire?
No, there's a name for it. It's got serrated arrowheads. I just remember that. It's the one with serrated arrowheads. Homelands. It's Homelands. It's Homelands.
Oh, it's Homelands.
Yeah.
You started playing in Homelands that long ago.
Yeah, that's pretty long, right?
That's pretty long. So what I have found doing the podcast is basically everyone either started around Khans of Tarkir or everyone started like back in the day. That's kind of how it seems to go. Is people either like, personally, I collected cards as a kid. I was too dumb and little to play the game, but I thought the cards were cool and creepy. So
yes,
I collected like Beta and Ice Age, and I was opening those packs. Those are all lost to time. I took a long break and didn't actually start playing till around Khans of Tarkir. M14, gotcha. Core set M14. Rise up, my core setters.
That's right. Yeah, no, I started playing. My brother kicked my butt playing Magic when I was a little kid, and I could never win a game of Magic off him. So that's when I knew I wanted to be good at it. And then I don't know. I grew up and was a little stupid guy playing Yu-Gi-Oh in high school. Eventually, fast forward to I think like a couple of years pre-pandemic. What was the first set? The first set was probably maybe Thrones of Eldraine was when I got back into it.
That's a good one.
What was before Thrones? Do you know?
Before Thrones of Eldraine, before Throne of Eldraine was War of the Spark, and then the Guilds of Ravnica Allegiance.
So probably Ravnica. Yeah, no. So I mean, I've been playing, and then like during quarantine, I was with my buddies, and my buddy was like, "We got to get a hobby. We got to get a thing."
Yeah.
And he was like, "You heard this game called Magic?" I was like, "Yeah, I have. Let's do it."
Yeah, that's not a hard sell, friend.
Exactly.
I'm ready.
And I just love. I mean, like I love Magic. I love Limited. I don't like Constructed.
You're in the right place.
Yeah.
You're in the right place, my friend. Most people in the league are gonna poo-poo on Constructed every chance they get.
I just can't get behind the idea of like paying $1,000 to like go to a locals and then just get thrashed by somebody in the first 2 turns. I just like
it's also boring. I don't want to play the same deck over and over again.
Exactly.
I want to pick my deck every time I play. I want to use my brain and like I don't know. I mean,
it utilizes a cool skill set, like being able to pick cards and like plan things out. It's cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a very different kind of Magic. We call it the jazz, right? The jazz of Magic.
Yeah, you get to just respond to your feet. It's very cool.
All right, well, congratulations on the win. It's your first league. You come in. You make the mega draft, and everyone goes, "Who's this new guy coming in making the mega draft?"
It's me.
It's you. Then you rock the mega draft. Did you have a strategy coming into the mega draft, or did you just kind of wing it as a limited player?
So I mean, I'm a nerd. I got to listen to podcasts. I listen to advice. And so I looked at,
you say you listen to podcasts.
yeah, I do listen to this one too. This is a very well produced one for
well,
anyone out there listening who's like, maybe
you.
I'll give this first one a listen.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they're all really good. Check them out. But like, so I mean, the limited level ups is one I listen to as well as like limited resources. Or no, it's
Lords
anyway,
Unlimited.
Yeah, Lords Unlimited. The one with Scott Louis Vargas as well.
Oh yeah, that's resources.
Anyway, so I like the thing with Dominaria is a lot of people are having difficulty with Dominaria because it's like sort of all over the place. And the advice for that one that I've been sticking to is like just stay open for as long as possible.
Sure.
Prioritize fixing, take the individually like the best cards in the pack. So I figured for a 5-pack drafts that would apply even more.
Yep.
So yeah, my strategy was just like pick up individually good cards. If there wasn't one thing that like I really wanted to play or was like maybe double pipped or 2-color, I'd stay away from that and I'd choose like the lands instead. And then I just picked up second pack the Naya thing that gives lifelink, haste, and trample, and I went, okay, I'm Naya.
Cabaretti, right? Cabaretti for those
that's right.
SNC people, because you had the Cabaretti charm, right? You ended up saving your life in that last game. You were dead.
I shouldn't be here. Okay, I got very lucky. We can all admit it. We were all there. We all saw it. I got literally 2 cards in a row that got me the game back to back.
Sometimes you're lucky and sometimes you're good and sometimes you're both, Dan.
Yeah.
And to get to the end of the mega draft, you kind of got to be a little of both.
My friends were stressing this point. Exactly.
Yeah. There's a lot of luck that goes into a lot of these Magic games we play on top of playing good. So you played your outs, then you played to getting lucky, right? And you got lucky, my friend, as well as played very well.
I appreciate it.
So you stayed open. You were playing Naya. I got to tell you, I'm going to say you got a 4-color deck. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
Because we've never seen a 3-color deck win Mega Draft, and I think you have a straight 3-color deck with 1 black card. That makes it a 4-color deck. The 4th card's a splash, but once you're 3 colors, isn't it?
I count 4 colors there. Yeah, that's definitely right? 4 colors.
So you got the Morbid Opportunist. You're splashing for that. That seemed like, I saw your deck before you started playing, and I thought to myself, 4 colors. 3 colors has never done it before. He's splashing this Morbid Opportunist. I'm like, I see you got some fixing and stuff, but it's just luck isn't on your side, right? With 4 colors. But
I should not have been playing the Morbid Opportunist. I will absolutely give you that.
It's a great, but if you're gonna splash a card,
right? Like that's a card,
splash, right? So 4 colors. What made you want to play? So you were Naya, you opened the Morbid Opportunists. How did that really work out for you playing 4 colors through the Mega Draft?
My friends will tell you this is my play style. Like I don't like when they talk about writing, you can't break the rules of writing until like what you're doing. And so I feel like I do the same thing with like drafting. Like I would never tell a beginner player to draft like the way I play, because I typically play like very greedy, value oriented decks. Sure. The 4th color definitely, like I looking back, it's not, you want to be able to hit your lands consistently. Yeah. I mulligan basically every game. It was great because of the fixing. If I didn't fix so early on, I feel like it would have gone a lot worse for me. Like I think I was taking nearly 4 or 5 lands out of the Dominaria pack, and like the S&C as well. There was like those fetch lands are super flexible. So I think the conventional wisdom of like going 2 colors makes sense, but this block of standard sets is so good for running 3 colors that I think this is like the anomaly out of like the conventional wisdom to run 2 colors.
I think that's actually really correct. Maybe not correct, but I think you're right. Like, you have so many sets that have so many lands in a pack, 3-4 lands in a pack sometimes. And those lands can grab 3 different colors. Plus you got the rare lands that also tap for 3 colors you can get. So there really is a lot you can do with fixing. And you showed us basically the fixing deck kind of, right? Like the 4 color, the greedy deck, but you can support it with this mana base. just like Ragu was kind of playing the steal and sack deck that we've
Dude.
seen, Sawyer has kind of shown us off. I think you're showing off the greedy mana based deck, but this is the time to do it. Whereas before, it didn't really work out. But you're showing us, hey, maybe we can make this happen now, guys. 4 or 5 color mega draft, it can happen.
So I want to make the stipulation that like, yeah, greedy color base wise, but like card wise, still things that are easy to cast, that are like tempo oriented, that have like immediate value. So like mid range game plan, to like sort of outvalue the aggro decks that just want to like get on the board early and kill you from 20 turn 3. Like I got stuff like Sunset Reverie. I got gosh, I don't remember exactly the cards on my list, but I just remember like a lot of things are like, oh, once it's on the board, it's just like gonna pad my life total and make it difficult for like tiny decks to go under.
Yeah. There was 2 Boros decks, 2 Dimir decks, so there was a nice variety of decks that were out there. Your deck seemed like it could also have a very aggressive start if it needed to sometimes, but it also could play this later game with kind of these bigger top end. So the deck seemed very, very nice. Congratulations again.
I appreciate it.
On the win. So I gotta ask you, you win, you get an emote on the server.
Oh,
you got any idea what that emote's gonna be yet? What's cooking?
It was the first topic of conversation that my friends and I were.
Yeah, it's the important one.
I'm still thinking. My favorite one suggested so far is I have a cat, and I call it Bimbus, even though its name isn't Bimbus. I can't tell you why or what Bimbus means, but something to do with Bimbus. No, I don't have a lot of ideas. My friend jokingly wanted to. We had this like inside joke throughout the league that like I think Gibbering Barricade, the 2/4 defender Saka guy, I think that card's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain to him why I thought it was good. And so anytime he sees it, he's like, yeah, that card, value. And so he was like thinking of turning that into a, but I don't want to like do like an inside joke thing. I want to like find one that's, I like the Sawyer one, the one that's like the crying eyes thing.
Good one. Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, if I'm a new player and I see that one, I don't associate it with like the person. I see like, oh, that's a good emote in a vacuum. So I just want to get a good one in a vacuum.
Like the RIP, right? Like the tombstone. That's somebody's emote, right? But that's just such a good emote that we use it all the time. You know, like that's probably my favorite emote. I don't even know whose that is. I do not know. And I've been in the league for like a year and a half. I didn't use that thing. Whoever you are, sorry, I don't know, but I don't think you're in the league anymore. That's why I don't think.
Oh, damn! Rip, rip.
Yeah, rip that person, or rip me for not doing any kind of research. So Dan, you closed up Dominaria United. You know, we're shutting that book. You also got an invite to Player of the Year for getting the win. So congrats on that.
What is that? Oh, cool. That's cool.
There'll be like the end of the year. We just had last year, so probably like 9-10 months from now, 11 months. It's another tournament just of everybody who wins a league, plus like the top 4 best players based on like ranking and but you get an automatic invite to that. Not too much comes with that other than like titles and glory. But yeah, if you win a league, you get an automatic invite to the Player of the Year tournament. So you are invited.
Dang. Now. Okay, so more limited. I mean, that's a win. Limited. That's a win in my book. Yeah.
And it was crazy last time. It was like some cube they made, and it was just like
every pool. So bad at cubes. I don't know how to run those things.
It was all like you just see like 10, 20 mythics in a pool with. Oh my gosh, it was.
Yeah, that is my nightmare. Just seeing every card I want in a pack and being like, I don't know.
Yeah,
these all seem really good.
Yeah, it was very hard. Very hard for me, but we're closing Dominaria United this week. We are going to be starting Set Wars. You hyped for Set Wars?
I'm like super excited about this one. I was like waiting for Dominaria to end for this one because I entered this league with my friends Miranda, who's Black Canary, and Emmett, who is Sepulcher. I think you had him on last time.
Yeah, both have been on. Friends on the show. Both friends of the show.
Yeah, they're great peeps, and we've been like talking about Set Wars since it was teased, because like the idea of being able to be on a call. I love the idea of coaching probably even more than I love the idea of like playing, honestly.
Yeah.
Just be able to like plan out turns and like plan out builds and test builds. Like it's all just it's very satisfying to me. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Team Magic is a really interesting thing you don't get to play a lot of. So yeah, it's going to be real fun, all the table talk, telling people what to do, getting in fights, like you attack with the thing I said not to attack, like, oh, It's so fun.
I mean, I love that about the open because I got to do that on the server, and we had a bunch of really helpful guys. So we were like sort of plotting turns out together, and like just having that sort of discourse was really fun to me, even though it was like very stressful. Just the arena itself was stressful.
Those arena opens where you start getting like the best 5 to 10 players in a chat, just kind of going over plays and stuff, is really fun. And like, I
Yeah,
feel like I learned so much watching that, because I'm just picking up what all these other people are thinking about that maybe I'm not.
yeah. They saw stuff I did not see, and honestly, I got to give some, if not a lot of credit to like the player base for helping me to the metaphorical finish line there at the end. Yeah.
Congrats to all of we're all winners here.
That's
We don't get that check that you're gonna get. But we're all winners. What set are you playing in Set Wars? I gotta ask.
I'm playing Theros. I saw Theros and I went, okay, let's just open Dream Trawler and we're gonna be good.
Dream Trawler, escape cards in the graveyard, gonna be great.
It's so it
Yeah,
does everything I want.
enchantments. Yeah, Theros is a great. It's a real fun set and a powerful
Yes,
set.
super powerful. I think it's undercosted. It's crazy to me that they listed it at, because I think it had more packs. There was something that had less packs than it, and I was like, oh, I looked at Theros and was like, oh, I get extra packs and I get to pick Theros. Seems very good. Yeah.
It's gonna be great. You're playing with Emmett, Miranda, and Noah. Right?
Yes, good friend Noah. He's. I mean, we're all very good Magic players. They've all been teasing and like self-deprecating because they're like, oh, we're not the league winners, but I consider them all like if not better Magic players than me. So I'm like looking forward to just being able to, settle a feud once and for all, and for us all to cross the finish line together.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. It's fun to play with your friends, and it's going to be a real fun time to play as a team together. Like that's going to be really awesome.
Or it'll crush our friendships and leave us in ruins. But hopefully it won't come to that.
Keep your eyes peeled. See if they make it through Set Wars as still friends. Find the breaking point if you can. All right, Dan. We got to start wrapping this up. So our last question: what is your greatest Magic accomplishment?
Probably $1,000.
Yeah, right. That's hard to beat. So let's talk. Let's go through that, right? So you played in the one of the qualifiers they had, right? The Arena Opens. You made day 2. You come back with the help of the league. You play through the first draft, and again, boom, you make it through. You're into that second draft, where it's like every win's like $1,000 at that point, right?
Yeah, 1,000, 2,000, 2,500. Yeah.
And you make it through that first game against Quarter Calls, right?
Yes.
Was that the Quarter Calls game?
That was I mean, to his credit, he had a very bad day, which like wasn't his fault because he talked about it on his podcast later and on his Twitter. I just think he got like a really rough show of it, which is, great for me, but and he already won money. So, it's fine.
So you played against this, Quarter Calls is, he's on Lords of Limited is like their third guy. He's a great limited player. He's like a figurehead for limited Magic. And here you are taking him down in a money tournament to win $1,000 and hear him talk about it on his podcast. What?
I mean, like, it's I think a lot of people can get psyched out by names. At the end of the day, it's a game with variance, right? Like we all have to deal with mulligans. We all have to deal with like land screw. I think it's very easy for players to get psyched out by like who they see on the other side, whether it's like looking at their, if they're platinum or diamond and they're like bronze or gold, or if they see a name or a streamer they recognize. At the end of the day, just play the cards in front of you, play the best game you got. The other stuff I think can like really psych you out. So, I mean, I don't pay too much attention to stuff like that.
Well, it's a big win, and what an accomplishment! What a great time that must have been. Winning money,
really fun.
Yeah, and so cool to see a new person come into the league, do well, be proactive, and also start to become a member of the community. I see you out there, talking to people, looking for practice games.
This is a great community. I mean, you guys are awesome. I'm like so psyched to find a place like this. I wish I had found a place like this like years ago. Yeah, I just like have nothing but nice things to say about the league. And
there should be like 1,000 people in this thing
for sure.
So many people they have no idea it's out there, right? Like people, if they had any idea, and I know we put them out on Reddit and stuff, but there's just people just don't know. because
Yeah.
there would be so many people in here like me and you that love limited magic, just want to have a great game with some high level people. Like, oh, what a great community it really is, right? It's because
Yeah.
of people like you.
Oh, man.
Without you, there is no community, right? We need everyone.
What about the media makers? People out here making podcasts. It's all
Hey.
pretty integral too, probably.
Oh, it's that. Oh, it is what it is. What can I say? What can I say?
I say bring on the people. The more competition, the better. Yeah, I really hope the community keeps growing. It's been a great thing.
It has been, and it's been great having you on the show, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you making time, and I appreciate you, beating us all and showing us that, hey, Dan is here to beat down, bring a heat.
Oh, man.
The name up, right? You gotta have a name like that. You gotta back it up, and he does.
Yeah, it was it's a name and jest. I really had a fun time. I hope no one thinks of me as like the guy with all caps. It's all just supposed to be for fun. Yeah, no, it was a pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, thank you for coming on, and I wish you good luck in Set Wars. I'm sure we'll play a game at some point.
Yeah, I'll see you in the line of war.
Oh, I'll see you on the battlefield, my friend. Until then.
Okay, thanks, John.
No problem, Ben. Yep, Dan was great. We had a great talk. Really enjoyed talking to Dan. Seemed like a really cool guy, really nice guy. Had a great conversation with him. Played some practice for Set Wars with him afterwards, and that was pretty fun. What can I say? Yeah, I mean, he's a new guy, new to the league, new champion. When was the last time we had a first timer win it all, right? I can't say that happens a lot. And he won all that money in the Arena Open. He's having a great, couple of months here in the Arena League. And he's a newbie that I'm excited to have. I'm happy he's here. I'll be watching what he does with great interest in the next couple of leagues. And watch out for him in Set Wars, because he's got a good team with Miranda, Emmett, and Noah. You know that they are going to be coming hard after that win with, league winner on their team. Well, what can be said? It's going to be a tough matchup going against those guys. But we're not talking about Set Wars here. We are closing the book on Dominaria United. It's been a great league, and I'm ready for the next one. I am ready for Set Wars. So join me later on in the week for our Set Wars episode when we talk all about what's going to be happening there. Bringing on the guests from my team, and I'm going to introduce you to some of my friends. Can't wait to do it. So until then, I'll see everybody later on in the week. I hope you get to keep a good 7 and that the shuffler is in your favor. Bye, everybody.